Welcome everyone, Costin here on Serious Gaming with a basic guide for Gwent and the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I'll be showing you how to properly play this game inside of the Witcher 3. So you have 4 factions to pick from. They only start with the Northern Realms, and if you want to play the other factions, you'll have to build a deck. You'll need at least 22 cards to be able to play another faction. And I don't have 22 cards for anyone else. I'm gonna remove some people. Depending on how your cards are, it might be worth removing certain cards so that you're not destroyed. I'm gonna remove the Crimson Reaver because I only have one, and his special ability is when there's 2 of them, they get double strength. If I had 2 of them, I would certainly play them, but I only have 1, so it's just simply not worth it. Okay, and I'll remove 1 Kedweni Siege Expert. It's a good idea to go with the minimum number of cards that you can, unless you really have a good lineup. Alright, and I'll remove Torrential Rain as well. Okay, let's go. Before I do that, however, let's talk about the factions. Northern Realms. Each faction has its own perk, its own leader. Each leader has his own ability. Generally a weather ability. A weather ability affects a row of cards on both sides, yours and the enemy. And it reduces the strength of all cards on that row to 1, unless you have something like a morale boost. For instance, this Foltest the Siege Master doubles the strength of all siege units, unless Commander Horn is also present on that row. Foltest, by default, King of Temeria, picks an Impenetrable Fog card from the deck, not your hand, the deck of cards, and plays it instantly. That reduces the strength of range units to 1. And when you win as Northern Realms, you draw a card from your deck, which you generally don't do when a round is over. Best 2 out of 3 wins, basically. Whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game. Scoia'tael decides to goes first at the beginning of each battle. Monsters, well, 1 randomly chosen monster unit card stays on the battlefield after each round. I don't think Scoia'tael really have a very good bonus, actually. Nilfgaard win whenever there is a draw. And that's actually pretty powerful, because when you get the draw, well, you might end up in a situation where you both have the exact same strength, and you might be able to win without having to play another card. So when each match starts, you get the ability to redraw certain cards. I'm gonna redraw the poor fucking infantry, and that's gonna be about it. Okay. Alright. That's it. And I'll be talking about the strengths and how this is played. So I have a Fog, which reduces the strength of range units to 1. I have a Spy, I have Commandos, I have melee ranged units. I have 2 Spies, actually. So, the way it works, because you don't get cards easily unless you win a round, the best way to do it, depending on the cards you have. For instance, I have 2 Spies. Spies you place on the enemy field, and the enemy gains their strength. But, the catch is, you draw 2 cards when you do that for each Spy. Now these guys are pretty good spies, they're very good. There's a card which has 1 strength, and he's a spy, so you get 2 cards, he only gets 1 more strength. And that's taller, if you can get your hands on that particular card. Okay. He's passed. Now what am I gonna do in this situation? Well, simply put, I'm gonna win by putting Death Mode, and that's about it. Although, actually, with Spies, it's probably not a good idea to play them at the beginning of the battle. Why? Because you have a limit of how many cards you can have in your... Or do you? Actually, you don't. Sorry, my bad. Anyway. So, I won that. So I'm gonna put another Spy. And I'm gonna get 12 cards. Our opponent's turn. Now that's a master card, and a master card draws every card with the same name from the deck, and that's what monsters have. So she's drawn all the vampires she has in her deck and put them on field. Now how do I counter this? Simple. I put a Biting Frost, which reduces strength of all melee cards to 1, and there goes all her strength away. She's down to 7. Now she's played a morale card on her melee units. What am I gonna do to counter this? I'm gonna play artillery heavily. And I'm gonna play melee, because that would be pointless. I could get 16 strength with these two, if I so desired, but it's just pointless to do so. Okay, 12 versus 14. I do have more strength than her, and I'm gonna play that Siege Master card soon enough. I just want her to use more cards before anything. Okay, Siege Master, double the strength, 36 versus 26. And I'm gonna win this round. Until she does that. And thus the balance changes again. I can still win this. Don't make any mistake there. 28 versus 16. So, what do I do here? Well, it's time to play some of these range cards. Because ranged is free. There's no effects there. Now she's gonna clear the weather. And that's where it ends. She's only got 1 card left, I've got 6. That's one way to win it. You can exhaust the enemy cards, lose a round, and then the next one, you've just got a lot of cards, and the enemy can't do shit against you. So I passed this round, I've still got those 6 cards. I'll win this easily. So opponent wins that round. Okay. She keeps the monster, because monsters keep the card. Now all I need to do is play these 2 cards. She's got the strength of 15. I'll get the strength of 16 by playing these 2 Blue Stripes Commandos. Now this is a special card which is not affected by any special cards or abilities, so weather effects will not work on this. There's a lot of details like this that you need to learn if you're gonna win this. Alright. So for instance, if I use Fog, right, it's not effective. Her strength remains the same. But anyway, I did win it, and I won my coin. Thank you very much. You don't get that much coin, it's about 10 crowns per game.
How can I
Anyway,
help?
let's play another one, just to show you some more. There's cards which boost morale of other cards when they're next to them.
Rounds of Gwent.
There's cards which revive cards that you've used. There's cards that give you cards from your deck in your hand, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of fine detail here, but I think I've given you an idea of what you need to do as a basic strategy. And it is a very basic strategy. Now here, I'm gonna... Right, I had hoped to get Blue Stripe, but no, I didn't. I got the Medic instead. Okay. May lose, may win, I don't know. Just put that 5 monster. What am I going to do? Well, I'm gonna go with a strong start. You can go with a weak start or a strong start. Going with the strong start means that if you don't win that first round, you're fucked. Then you should win without using too many cards. That's the basic idea of it. Alright. My opponent has passed. I'll play this guy. And I gain 12 because it doubles and it stacks. It's a stacking effect. And I've got 7 cards left. She's got 9. She might win the next one. We'll see how this plays out. I can revive the Trebuchet with the Medic. Gonna use the Frost to nullify her melee strength. Of course, it will also destroy my own melee strength, but still. That's an Aracus. Okay. She drew a lot of goddamn cards there. Still got 5 left. I'm gonna put Scale and Shags there. It is still winnable. Depends on how it all plays out. Oh man, those monster cards, like those master monster cards. I want the monster deck. I would be decimating the enemy with a clear weather card and a monster deck. It's like I'll win every match. Simple as that, because you get so many cards from your deck. Not your hand, but your deck. That makes it extremely goddamn powerful, right? Right. I'll keep the medic, full test, and the trebuchet for the next round when we'll need it. Alright, I could pass. Or I could not. I could continue. Just play one more. I think. Let's play Sabrina. Natural helped me win very easily because I forced her. Like, the thing is, you have to play a card every turn. You have to play either your leader card or a unit card, whatever. You have to play a card, or you pass all your main turns for that round. So I forced her to play a card there. She could have passed, though the AI was very stupid there. But I might have been able to turn it around if she had passed. So now I'm gonna pass. She's gonna win. Then I'm gonna win the next round. Simple as that. She only has one card left. Regardless of what she does, there's no way in hell she's gonna win this. Unless she pulls 10 cards out of her fucking deck. There's no way it's gonna happen. If she has a master card, that's the only way. She doesn't. So I put the medic. I get the trebuchet. On the field. Play full test. There we go. And then play this. That's it. That's really it. There's scores as well. For what purpose, I don't know. And I gained 10 crowns. 10 crowns you spend to do it. I also got some coal for some reason. Anyway, that's all that there is to it. Hope this helped you with Gwent. Costin here on Serious Gaming, signing out.